You can make over 80% return on your stablecoin, in other words, with US dollars, almost risk-free with Edge Protocol. In this video, you will learn everything you need to know about Edge Protocol and how they can offer more than 80% on your stablecoin and exactly how you can do the same. So here is what I will cover today. What is Edge Protocol? How much can you make? Should you invest here? The exact way on how to do 80% return per year on USD. AV here, and today I will walk you through Edge Protocol, which is the first community-based lending pool on Terra. Edge Protocol is not launched yet. The beta is coming out tomorrow, the 15th of February. What is Edge Protocol? It's where you can create your own money market and build your own edge. Terra blockchain and Terra ecosystem are currently exploding with more than 50 emerging projects. These protocols have their own tokens, not merely governance tokens, but also yield-bearing assets, synthetic assets, and position-representing tokens. All have unique features and, of course, unique risk classes. With our vision to be an infrastructure for the future of finance, we believe that DeFi should be truly decentralized and efficient. Therefore, we build Edge Protocol to allow people to be able to utilize all of their assets to its maximum efficiency. In Phase 1, we are building the community-based money market protocol that allows people to create their own money market by setting their own terms for their own peers. By being everyone's banks, Edge Protocol allows users to list, utilize, lend, borrow, or even monetize those assets creatively, hence empowering DeGens, protocol, or DAOs to create their own money market for their specific needs. Here are the core components of the protocol. To facilitate people and protocol to seamlessly utilize our community-based money market, we designed three main components of Edge Protocol, where each component has its own stakeholder as follows. Customized pool creation for pool creator who can also be lender, pool marketplace for lender and borrower, and liquidation for liquidator or Edge Stability Reserve liquidity provider. How much can you make? The strategy we're looking at today offers 80% plus return on your stable coin. You invest $10,000, you make $8,000 in profit after 1 year. That's 60% more than on Anchor Protocol and 73% better than the S&P 500. And they've raised over $1.7 million in seed round. The beta launch of Edge Protocol, called the Dawn of Edge. The Genesis pool will be the first money market pool in the Terra ecosystem and the first pool for Edge Protocol's marketplace, allowing anyone to lend, borrow, and collateralize any assets within the pool. The first set of assets for the Dawn of Edge is USD, Luna, a UST, and many more. The community can suggest asset listing via their landing page. Since this is a beta launch, Edge has imposed a cap on the total value that can be supplied into the Genesis pool to limit potential damage and secure your finances. The total value supplied will be capped starting at 10 million TVL. When the initial cap is reached, Edge Protocol will thoroughly consider the option of raising it gradually to serve the community's demand. And as said before, the launch of the beta is the 15th of February, tomorrow. That's the sneak peek of how the Genesis pool will look like. I will now go over the 80% return on your stablecoin strategy. This is an amazing thread by Route25. You can follow him on Twitter for more. So let's get into it. New stablecoin strategy for USD, the dollar from the team behind Terra. A way to use a USD as collateral to borrow more USD. Basically, it's similar to DeGenBox, but made for the Terra ecosystem and much easier to use. Let's see how you can 4x your Anchor Protocol yield, and if it's too good to be true. Before we get into it, here are a few things you need to know. It's a leverage strategy, and that those leverage strategies are two-edged sword. The positive, more USD in circulation, makes a wider adoption of Terra. More USD equals burning of Luna, which increased Luna price. The negative, leverage strategies drain the yield reserve of Anchor Protocol faster. And for the third, USD is an algorithmic stablecoin that may involve risks, so please read more about the mechanisms between Luna and USD if you don't already know them. The protocol we're looking at, of course, is called Edge Protocol, a Terra native protocol. Edge Protocol is a borrow and lending protocol, and the interface reminds me of several similar platforms I've seen on Ethereum and AVAX already. What makes this different is the yield-bearing asset at USD. Here's how it works. First, deposit money on Anchor Protocol. Supply a USD as a collateral on Edge Protocol. Borrow a USD against our USD. Supply more USD and repeat. Let's do it step by step. I'm using $10,000 as an example. Step 1. Go to Anchor Protocol in the Earn section and deposit $10,000. I'm not saying you should do that, it's just for the example, of course. As you probably know, on Anchor Protocol, you can earn from 17 to 21% APY on your USD. And the second step is to go on Edge Protocol. This is how it would look like. Now we're going to supply USD. As you can see, it's 2.3% APY for supply at the moment. I'm supplying 8,271 USD, equal to 10,000 USD. After you've approved, the money will disappear from Anchor. The money is in Edge Protocol now, but you still earn interest because we have a USD. Step 3. Go to borrow on Edge Protocol. In this example, we're going to borrow the maximum amount, which is 80% of a 90% utilization, and then 90% of that for extra safety. That's $10,000 x08 x09 x09 equals 6,480 USD, which is 5,359 USD. All right, our dashboard now looks like this. We started with $10,000, which was what we supplied. Then we borrowed 6,480 USD. If we didn't want to do anything more than that, we would earn Anchor Protocol APY 19.5%. On 10,000 plus 6,480 equals 16,480 USD. We're going to maximize this, but before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the cost of the strategy. We have a supply rate and a borrow rate. You can expect to get a small APR for supplying your asset on Edge Protocol. And if you want to borrow, you have to pay borrow APR. How much? The utilization rate determines the percentage of total liquidity supplied of an asset that is being borrowed. Since it won't be possible to borrow more than 80% of the total supply, the borrow rate should never go higher than 10%. And since not everyone who supplies a USD in the platform is going to borrow the maximum, most likely it will be lower than 10%. My guess would be around 4 to 6% most of the time. But if the borrow rate is 6%, the supply rate should be 2.86%. Summarize a 3.14% net borrow rate by reading the docs for Edge Protocol, and you will understand how he calculated this. Step 4. Now that we successfully borrowed $6,480 in the last step, let's supply it again on Edge. We supply everything, which is 6,480 USD. Step 5. Now we're going to borrow again, and then supply and borrow. You can repeat until it's not possible. Step 6. After doing the looping 6 times, you can see that I now have $26,307 supplied and $16,306 borrowed. Let's do some calculations for the real APY. Money that earns 19.5% APY, $26,307 plus $16,306 equals $42,613. This equals an 83% APY. Supply APR 2.86%, that's $26,307. Borrow APR minus 6%, that's $16,306. This equals a net APY of minus 0.83% APY, so our real APY is approx. 82%. However, this may change. The real APY may go down more due to supply and demand. If you want to have the strategy, you just do the same process as described above in reverse. We will now talk about the risks involved by using this strategy. Oracle and price discovery risks. The worst case scenario is where oracles get manipulated. Then the assets in the pool are at risk of getting drained. Smart contract risk. The Z Institute has officially audited Edge Protocol, but there's always the possibility of a bug or vulnerability that compromises participants' funds. The liquidity risk. If there is a bank run and all lenders come to withdraw their deposit from the pool simultaneously, then Edge Protocol has to pause the operation since they can't give all the capital out simultaneously. Liquidation risk means that borrowers will lose some of their collateral. The pool will expose users' position for liquidation once the user's risk ratio is below 100%. There are 3 ways to manage the debt position when it is at risk of liquidation. 1. Close position. 2. Repay a part of the loan. 3. Add more collateral. There will be an initial max supply cap of $10 million in total at launch, similar to the Gembox at Abracadabra. There will be lots of strategies to use on the platform. You can supply Luma, Luna X, MIR, ANC, USD, and a UST. The personal take on Edge Protocol from Route25, the man who did this amazing thread. Make sure to follow him on Twitter, the link is in the description. So here's what he says. I find it extremely interesting, but I'm not going to allocate huge amounts of money to this strategy. I want it to be battle tested before I decide to allocate more. And his final words from the thread. Maybe I'm ignorant, but when you can get 80% APY so easily, it's good to take a step back and just wait it out a little bit before seeing how it works for a couple of months. Remember, we're in crypto for the long run. You don't have to hop on every new shining diamond. Should you invest here? Well, I find that it's a really good option personally. Me, I'm an Abracadabra Degen box, so I won't change because of the high fees on Ethereum, and because the returns are not higher on Edge Protocol. However, there are no high gas fees on Terra, which is much better. In conclusion, I believe Edge Protocol is a strong crypto startup with the backing of Do Kwon, the founder of the Terra blockchain, a top 15 crypto, and multiple billions of dollars in market cap. He bet on strong protocol that will serve long-term to grow the Terra ecosystem and its user base. They don't have a token yet, but still believe that it's a strong project long-term. If you want more crypto projects reviews, Crypto Alpha, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. See you in the next one.